Welcome back to today's Explainer, where we're diving straight into a cinematic event that's literally reshaping everything we thought we knew. The Avengers Doomsday Special Look. Yeah, it's not just your standard trailer. It is a terrifying cinematic puzzle. It plunges us right into this intensely dark, mysterious atmosphere that honestly raises way more chilling questions than it actually answers. I mean, the multiverse is collapsing, realities are fracturing, and right at the center of the chaos is a threat of unprecedented scale. Okay, let's jump right in and look at how this special look sets the stage. The whole sequence kicks off with this incredibly emotional narration from Susan Storm. Her words immediately establish Victor Von Doom's intimidating, calculating aura. Through her dramatic silhouette and those fragmented memories, we're not just looking at another villain. We are feeling the deep, unsettling presence of an armored, masked ruler who has already outsmarted everyone else on the board. Now, what's genuinely fascinating here is the sheer genius of Doom's paranoia. As we look at his enormous, shadowy throne room inside Doomstadt, you'll notice a glowing emerald fire ring cast on the floor. Drawing straight from the lore we learned in WandaVision, these are protection runes. Doom has ingeniously locked out all rival magic users. Basically, if you step into his domain, you are completely powerless unless he specifically allows it. But we have to ask, why exactly is Susan Storm crying as she's telling us this? Well, there are two main theories floating around. Theory 1 is that she's mourning the dark transformation of a man she once knew incredibly well. Theory 2, she's just witnessed the horrific deaths of her Fantastic Four teammates. Whichever tragedy it is, her deep emotional connection confirms a massive detail for us. This Doctor Doom originates from her specific universe, Earth A28. And that brings us to a huge mystery. Who exactly is she secretly broadcasting this warning to? If we analyze the retro-futuristic lighting right behind Susan, it perfectly matches the interior of the Fantastic Four's ship. She isn't talking to the room full of heroes we see later in the footage. It's highly likely she's transmitting this dark tale to an off-screen ally, maybe a desperate last-ditch warning to Steve Rogers. Speaking of allies, let's talk about the scattered resistance. Just swiftly cataloging the multiversal collateral damage here, notice how Doom has already crippled extremely powerful leaders. Magneto, a mutant who channels immense power through his hands, has his arm brutally dislocated and trapped in a sling. Steve Rogers looks incredibly worn out and defeated. Even the Wakandans and Namor have been forced into an uneasy alliance. Doom is just systematically breaking the multiverse's strongest defenders. Section 1. The Tragedy of Doom. A mother's loss. To truly wrap our heads around a villain of this epic scale, we have to explore the personal pain that's driving his multiversal crusade. As Susan's voiceover says, he has experienced a loss. He lost everything. While she delivers that line, we see Doom standing in his shadowy castle, completely still in front of a family portrait. I really want to direct your attention to the specific way Doom is touching this painting. Notice the matching hand-on-chest pose between him and the child in the artwork. That's not just a random prop. It's a window into his fractured soul. So the crucial point here is identifying who exactly is in this portrait. The false assumption we might jump to is that Doom is mourning a wife and child who perished in some multiversal incursion, but the comic truth runs much deeper and way darker. That is most likely a portrait of him as a child with his mother, Cynthia Von Doom. She was a witch who tragically lost her soul to the demon Mephisto. This singular, agonizing loss perfectly explains his obsessive, relentless dive into dark magic. Section 2. The Collateral Damage. With his motivations anchored in that deep tragedy, we've got to shift our focus to the escalating scale of his war. The collateral damage we're witnessing here is nothing short of apocalyptic. Just look at this incredibly cinematic, devastated cityscape. We have to ask, which universe's New York is completely destroyed? Examine those massive craters tearing through the ground, the burning skyscrapers, the crashed ship just sitting in the ruins. Are we looking at the tragic end of the X-Men's timeline? Has Doom brought his war directly to their doorstep? And this brilliantly illustrates a terrifying reality regarding Universe 616. This level of apocalyptic destruction, it cannot be our main 616 universe. At least not yet. They wouldn't destroy it this early in the narrative, and that dramatically raises the stakes for the mutant heroes and the dimensional travelers. They aren't just fighting to save one world anymore. They are fighting to stop a domino effect of collapsing realities. But the threat is spreading way faster than we realize. Take a look at this terrifying, incredibly easy-to-miss Easter egg. During Loki's visit to Steve Rogers' home, if you look very closely at the window in the background, a shadowy, metallic gauntlet reflects in the glass. Doom's forces are already closing in on our hero sanctuaries. There's literally nowhere left to hide. Section 3. Mysteries in the Shadows. The Fall of Doom. Okay, we're now pivoting to what is easily the most visually confusing yet fascinating sequence of the entire breakdown. Let's look closely at what appears to be Doom's epic superhero landing. At first glance, it just looks like Doom crashes through a window to attack. But let's deconstruct this falling sequence step by step. Step 1. He's actually ejected violently backward out of this mystery tower. Step 2. He's frantically casting mid-air stabilization magic to catch himself. And Step 3. He flips into an intimidating stance. He didn't jump to attack. He was knocked out by a massive physical force. So who could possibly possess the raw strength to manhandle Dr. Doom like that? Well, digging into some realistic comic book movie concept art leaks, the evidence points directly to The Thing. A rocky behemoth delivering a massive blow is exactly the kind of trigger that would kick off Doom's brutal, overwhelming retaliation against the heroes. But here is where the cinematic puzzle gets truly mind-bending. Notice the massive visual inconsistencies in Doom's armor. The Doom falling from the tower is lightly armored with a single chest sigil and no white wristband. Yet just moments later, in front of the exact same tower, Fighting Doom is wearing heavy chainmail, detailed redstone sigils, and a very prominent white mourning band on his arm. Which leaves us with a massive, multiversal cliffhanger. Did he just instantly use magic to transform his armor mid-air, discarding pieces of it as he fell? Or, leaning into the absolute madness of collapsing timelines, are there actually two Dooms present in this battle? It's a staggering thought, and honestly, it changes the entire landscape of this war. Section 4. An unstoppable dark power. Moving right into the climax of our explainer, we have to examine the sheer, terrifying power Doom unleashes here. This isn't just advanced technology, this is something far more sinister. Just look at this timeline of the God of Thunder's defeat. At 0 seconds, Thor channels immense lightning into Stormbreaker, charging up for a lethal strike. At 2 seconds, Doom casually blocks the legendary axe with just 2 fingers. By 4 seconds, Doom's magical blast knocks a thunder-wielding warrior completely unconscious. The terrifying speed and scale of Doom's power? It's simply unmatched. So what exactly did Doom hit him with? As defined here, this is dark magic. If you analyze the cinematic lighting of that blast, it's a corrupted energy signature blending vibrant emerald magic with inky black matter. Notice Doom's rapid finger movements activating ancient runes in the air. This perfectly mirrors the forbidden, corrupting dark magic we saw unleashed in the Multiverse of Madness. But hold on a second. Wanda destroyed all copies of the Darkhold across the entire multiverse, right? This specific dark magic shouldn't even exist anymore. The fact that Doom has independently mastered a magic that was seemingly erased from reality makes him infinitely more dangerous and resourceful than any threat the Avengers have ever faced. And he doesn't just use it to destroy. Breaking down this awe-inspiring final sequence, we see the ultimate synthesis. Doom blasts the ground with black-dotted emerald fire. He's doing the impossible, blending ancient dark magic with modern technological circuitry. Using pure, corrupted spells, he literally resurrects massive, destroyed sentinels, straight from the earth. He is an absolute master of both science and sorcery. Wrapping up our character analysis, we are left with his chilling final line. Answers to me, for I am Doom. Look closely at the close-up of his metallic mask and those glowing green eyes. There are absolutely zero traces of the actor's past heroic persona here. This is purely the intimidating, unstoppable presence of Victor Von Doom. Which brings us to our final, provocative question. If incredibly powerful heroes like Thor, Magneto, and the combined forces of the X-Men are falling so easily to his might, what universe can possibly survive Doomsday? Doom's arrival isn't just a battle, it's an extinction event. Thank you for joining this explainer. Keep your eyes peeled, because the multiverse will never be the same.